Hello and welcome to Weekly Kashmir University Video Digest Quest. First, a look at the highlights. Entrance examination for archaeology held. Iqbal Institute organizes seminar. And a 5-day festival on Ramadan concludes. Now the details with your host Binish Ali. The entrance examination for the subject of archaeology was held in the University of Kashmir. The University of Kashmir introduced the subject this year to cater to the growing needs of the students. The University Council had earlier approved introduction of 3 new subjects that include anthropology, philosophy and archaeology. Among these 3, the University of Kashmir went ahead with archaeology this year as the faculty was already available for it. However, the entrance test for this subject was held after the main entrance examination that was conducted in April this year. The subject will be taught in the Center of Central Asian Studies. Director CCAS Professor G.N. Khaki answered the question why the entrance test for this subject was held separately.
It was a decision that was lately taken by the university administration that we are going to start this archaeology department in University of Kashmir. That is the only reason, because it delayed for a good period of time, and finally when the final decision came that we are going to start archaeology, till then all the entrance examinations were over in the University of Kashmir. That is the reason that a separate examination was to be held for this in order to save the future of our students. Otherwise, it would have to be delayed further 1 year. So the aspirant students would have come for the entrance examination next year in 2018. So then it was decided there is no harm, we will go for one additional examination for this subject, because this is a new subject introduced in 2017. Nowhere in the University of Kashmir this name of archaeology department as a separate subject has been there. So for the first time this has been introduced, therefore there are some difficulties.
Both the coordinator of the program, Professor Muhammad Ashraf Wani, and Director CCAS, Professor Khaki, thanked the university for introducing this subject.
It is a great moment in the history of Kashmir University that a long cherished dream of having 3 departments, archaeology, anthropology and philosophy, has been realized this year. The University Council approved the proposal which was moved by the university for having these 3 departments established. We are very thankful to all those bodies, right from the Dean's Committee through Academic Council and the Standing Committee to University Council, that these 3 departments have been sanctioned.
We are highly grateful to our Honorable Vice Chancellor sir and Professor Ashraf Sahab. It was because of their kind efforts that we had in a position to establish this department of archaeology in our center on a separate basis. For the first time in the history of our department, that we have a teaching department associated with us, and we will not confine our studies to this post-graduation type of studies. This is a research center, and our endeavor would be to inculcate this interest in our students, who make them prepared for this higher studies in the subject of archaeology, so that they go for extensive research in the subject of archaeology. That is the fundamental research. MPhil and PhD program to be carried out under the roof of Central Asian Studies is the subsequent development of our center.
Asked why the subject has been put under CCAS, Professor Khaki said it is not essential that archaeology subject should be allied with history.
I don't think so that the archaeology is to be studied as an allied subject with the Department of History. The reason for that is that we have a museology department already here. We have archaeology department here. We have separate posts presently available in the field of museology, in the field of archaeology, the posts that are still lying vacant in Central Asian Studies department. And thirdly, we have a capable team of teachers and the students, those who are associated with this, who know archaeology. We have some MOUs that we have signed with Sydney, one of the institutions in Paris, and some Russian institutions on these archaeological institutions. Before the establishment of this department, we have already undertaken almost 3-4 expeditions. There is no harm if one more subject in the name of archaeology, belonging to the subject of social sciences, is being studied in Central Asian studies. There is no harm in that.
Since the state of Kashmir has rich ancient civilizational remains which are buried beneath the surface of earth, introduction of archaeology would help in finding them.
Needed to be retrieved, explored, excavated, retrieved and preserved and then studied in order to understand our past. The history of the civilization of Kashmir civilization, the history of Kashmir, cannot be simply constructed on the basis of written records. The largest phase of our history, of our past, has to be reconstructed on the basis of archaeological sources, because writing is a very late development. For millions of years there was no writing. So archaeological record is very important, and also for historical period archaeological record is very important alongside the written records. Therefore, it is a very important development in the history of our university in particular, and the overall academic scenario of Kashmir in general, that this long felt inadequacy has been fulfilled by sanctioning the Department of Archaeology.
The issue in our community is like we don't have trained archaeologists who could, give this information to the public, what basically those Paleolithic sites mean, what those Neolithic sites mean to a Kashmiri, or what this early historic archaeology mean to a common person. So right now, we started this archaeology with this thing in mind, that we have more trained archaeologists who could go to the sites and explore these sites, excavate these sites, work on these sites, and get more, broader information about the people, their living patterns, their settlement systems, the landscape they used to live in.
The PG program for archaeology has 20 seats kept open for students of all subjects.
Anybody who has done graduation in any subject, science, social sciences, languages, technology, art, any field, he or she is eligible to apply for this program. They should have minimum 50% marks for open category and 45% for reserved category, and then they have to appear in the test. Why it is open? It's open to all graduates is because archaeology is a subject which requires people from sciences, from physical sciences, from biological sciences, from social sciences, from languages also. Therefore, it is open to all, so that we get people from different backgrounds in order to nourish this department in fullness.
Archaeology is right now a multidisciplinary subject, and it's really very important for every community, and in Kashmiri community it's very central. I mean, say it relates to the culture, it relates to everybody. I mean, say how do we exist, where do we come from, what's our material culture, who are our ancestors, how we lived in the past. So it's very central to everybody. Everybody gets curious sometimes, how do we come this far, from Stone Age to right now. So everybody wants to know about his history. So archaeology has a very important role there.
The Faculty of Archaeology said that the only problem that they envision for the first batch of students is the placement of jobs.
It's right now experimental thing. We don't envision any great challenges to it, but the thing is obviously the issue with the students will be about their job placements. Yeah, and I think we have for the first batch we see, like we have Archaeological Survey of India. they they employ students with the archaeological background. They could be the superintending archaeologists in respective regions. We have state archives and archaeology department. The students can go and work there. We have museums. They can be curators and they can work there. And we have INTAG as well here. They employ students with a cultural background, with the archaeological background. So I see they have great future.
Asked why this subject has been introduced in the university but not at school or college level, Professor Khaki said,
many subjects have been taught from above, not from the primary level, like that of Kashmiri. It was never in any of the schools or colleges. Like that of Islam studies, it was never there. For that instance, many more subjects that have been studied. But insofar as the archaeology as a subject is concerned, by starting this at post-graduation level, this will serve the fundamental purpose of the subject, because most of the archaeologists are required in our state in different departments, museum departments, archaeological departments, but you have a dearth of students. They are not available for all these things. This will in fact fill the gap. Our center, after these qualified students are out, they will fill the gap, and this is a requirement. So school level, yes, of course it should have been, but fundamentally anyhow, whether it had come from higher education or it had come from university level, something had started from at some point of time. The moment its significance and relevance is realized, it will percolate down to colleges and then the higher secondaries and many other institutions as well.
The Iqbal Institute of Culture and Philosophy held a one-day seminar on Allama Iqbal and the Quran. Former Dean, Arts and AMMRC Director Professor G.R. Malik was the chief guest on the occasion. In his keynote lecture, Professor Malik touched various aspects of the poet, philosopher, and said that sometimes humans do not know what they themselves are conceiving.
Human psychology is so complex that sometimes you argue for something, work for something, without knowing that you have been converted from inside. अंदर से कोई ऐसा इनकलाब आया जिसके हमें भी पता नहीं है. बेसिकली एस्केपिज्म है, किसी तरीके से बचे. शक्ति आई, जैसे इकबाल कहता है, शिव संजय शक्ति आई. हमारी तारीख में वो जो गाली तसव्वुफ, एक तसव्वुफ तो वो है जैसे ज़बानी नबूवत में एहसान किया, ईमान, इस्लाम, वो तो दीन की रूह, दीन का बातिन, उसके बगैर दीन नामुकम्मल है. लेकिन एक वो तसव्वुफ है जो आपको दीन से दूर ले जाता है, दीन से आज़ाद करता है. वो तसव्वुफ भी हमारी तारीख में उस ज़माने में वजूद में आया था जब कुछ लोग भागना चाहते थे जद्दोजहद के रास्ते में, जिसे कुरान जिहाद कहता है, स्ट्रगल in order to establish the truth.
Assistant Professor of Iqbal Institute Dr. Mushtaq Ganai, while quoting Dr. Israr on Allama Iqbal, said that he considers Iqbal as one of the greatest proponents of the Quran.
अल्लामा इकबाल को इस दौर का सबसे बड़ा तर्जमान कुरान समझता हूँ. कुरान मजीद के उलूम मारिफ की जो ताबीर अल्लामा इकबाल ने की है, इस दौर में कोई दूसरी शख्सियत उसके आसपास भी नहीं पहुँची है. उनसे लोगों ने चीज़ें मुस्तआर ली हैं और फिर इनको बड़े पैमाने पर फैलाया है. उन हजरात की ये खिदमत अपनी जगह काबिल कदर है, लेकिन फिक्री एतबार से वो तमाम चीज़ें अल्लामा इकबाल के जहन की पैदावार है. असरार रमूज़ में नबी करीम से मनाजात करते हुए अल्लामा इकबाल वाशगाफ अंदाज में अर्ज़ करते हैं, रोज़ महशर खार व रुसवा कुन मरा, बेनसीब अज़ बोसे पाकुन मरा.
Former Chief Information Commissioner Mr. G.R. Sufi opined that Iqbal always took pride that his universe is unlimited.
कुरान का मुतालबा मुसलमान के लिए क्या है? एक बात ये कहूँ कि वो हम सबको ठंडे दिलो दिमाग से उस पर सोचना चाहिए. ये तो किताब अल्लाह है, अल किताब है बेशक, लेकिन कुछ कदीम मज़ाहिब वगैरह इससे पहले भी थे. तो इकबाल अपने आप को इससे फख्र हासिल करते थे, कहते थे, करेंगे अहले नज़र ताज़ा बस्तियाँ आबाद, मेरी नज़र नहीं सूए कोफो बगदाद. आज के मुसलमानों को, हमको भी इसी तरफ देखना चाहिए. एक वसी दुनिया है, हमें खानों में अपने आप को मुक़य्यद नहीं करना चाहिए.
Former head of Kashmiri Department Professor Margoob Banhali said that Quran greatly influenced Iqbal's poetry and philosophy.
कुरान पाक सबसे पहला सरचश्मा कलाम इकबाल का اور رسول محترم صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم کا اسوہ حسنہ اور یا اس اسوہ حسنہ کے ساتھ عشق اور اس کے ساتھ وابستگی بڑھانے کا شائبہ جو ہمارے گھروں میں، جس کو سلیقہ مندی ہم کہتے ہیں. آپ کی دختر نیک اختر کسی گھر میں سلیقہ مند نہیں کہلائے گی اگر اس کی تربیت آپ نے اسوہ حسنہ یا اہل بیت کے تناظر میں نہیں کی ہوگی. کیونکہ قرآن کو غور و فکر سے پڑھنے کی بدولت ہی پڑھنے والے کی دماغ کی جاروب کشی اور دل کی سائیکل ہو جاتی ہے، اور ایسا کرنے کی بدولت ہی اس کی چشم دل بصیرت سے ہمکنار ہو جاتی ہے، اور وہ اپنے آپ کو عملاً اندھیرے سے نکل کر اجالے میں پہنچتا محسوس کرنے لگتا ہے، کیونکہ اس کو اپنے سامنے دین و دنیا کی فلاح و کامیابی کے سارے دروازے یکے بعد دیگرے کھلتے محسوس ہوتے ہیں. تو میرا خیال یہ ہے کہ ہم جس زمانے میں سمجھتے ہیں کہ ہماری نظریں کھلی ہیں، نہیں ہیں. اس لیے نہیں ہیں ہماری آنکھوں میں وہ سرمۂ بصیرت نہیں ہے جو قرآن پاک ہمیں میسر کرتا ہے.
The 5-day Payam-e-Ramazan festival concluded with an award ceremony. Winners of Naat, Azan, Kirat and Islamic calligraphy were felicitated with cash prizes and certificates. The 5-day Ramazan festival was organized by the Department of Students' Welfare. Speaking on the occasion, Dean Students' Welfare Professor G.N. Khaki applauded all participants for taking part in the festival.
یہ پچھلے 5 دنوں سے سر ہمارے پاس مختلف ڈپارٹمنٹ سے، ہائر سیکنڈری سے، کالجز سے جو طلباء یہاں پہ آئے ہیں، ہم نے 5 چیزوں کی اس نشست کا اہتمام کیا تھا: حسن نعت، حسن قرات، حسن اذان اور اسلامک کیلیگرافی. ان چیزوں سے متعلق آپ تشریف لائے، اور ہمیں امید ہے جتنے بھی لوگ یہاں تشریف لائے انہوں نے اپنی صلاحیتوں کا بھرپور اظہار کیا. اور ہر محفل کے لیے ہم نے 3 ججز کا انتخاب کیا تھا. ان ججز کی آراء کو مد نظر رکھتے ہوئے میں نے پہلے بھی کہا تھا کہ وَلِكُلِّ فَنٍ رِجَال، ہر فن کا ایک آدمی ہوتا ہے. کہ میرے نزدیک تو جو کیلیگرافی ابھی رجسٹر صاحب خود اس کا ملاحظہ فرما رہے تھے، مجھے لگ رہا تھا 10-20 لوگوں کو کم سے کم انعام ملنا چاہیے. لیکن بہرحال ایک فن کے اپنے اصول ہوتے ہیں، اپنے ضوابط ہوتے ہیں، اپنے قواعد ہوتے ہیں. ان ضوابط قواعد کو مد نظر رکھتے ہوئے ایک مختصر سی فہرست بن جاتی ہے، اور ان رزلٹس کو جو جج صاحبان نے ہمیں حوالے کیے وہ ہمارے پاس محفوظ رہے ہیں، ہم نے بڑی حفاظت سے رکھے ہیں، اس کو ہم نے ڈسکلوز نہیں کیا ہے. انشاءاللہ وہ آپ کے انعامات رجسٹر صاحب کے دست مبارک سے آپ سب کو مل جائیں گے.
Dean Social Sciences Professor Asifa Jan expressed satisfaction on the conduct of the program and said that such multi-feature events strengthen bonds of students with each other.
Dear students, this festival is multi-featured, multi-layered and built a strong sense of unity and passion, because all the students are participating from different colleges, different universities and different higher secondary schools as well. So thereby paving a way for providing a common platform and building a strong sense of unity and confidence and promoting that culture of collaborations. And I'm sure this festival will definitely serve as a purpose how to overcome the social challenges.
Registrar Professor Khurshid Ahmed Bhatt opined that the teaching of Islam should be practiced in day-to-day life.
ہم ایسے ایونٹس کرتے ہیں، ایٹ دا اینڈ آف دا ڈے شوڈ ریمین اونلی ایز این ایونٹس. ٹھیک ہے، بہت ہی اچھا نعت میں بول رہا ہوں، یا میں بہت اچھی قرات میں بول رہا ہوں، یا بہت اچھی اذان میں بول رہا ہوں، مگر وی شوڈ برنگ اٹ ٹو آور ڈے ٹو ڈے لائف. Islam is not only, 5 times prayers or giving other things. It is actually, then translating into your way of life, translating into your real life, in your dealings. And we all understand in our Islamic society today, we have some of the serious social problems. And why there are those social problems? Because we are deviating from the path of Islam.
Organizing Secretary of the festival, Mr. Shahid Ali Khan, conducted the proceedings of the function. this, we come to the end of today's program. In case you have missed some part of the program, you can log on to emmrckashmir.com where you can watch the whole episode. Send us your suggestions at our email address quest@emmrckashmir.com. Before I take your leave, here are a few words of wisdom. That's one small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind.